Previously on Balls.
Jake White coming up in a moment. Hopefully. Vladimir Putin might answer this time.
Jake, hello.
Hey, Jake, how's it going?
Good, thanks, and you?
All right, Darren and John and the Balls team here this afternoon.
Yeah, Darren, how are you, my friend?
Hello,
All
Jake.
right, and you, man. Sorry, we tried to get you a little earlier on. There's a lovely sounding lady answering your other
Yes.
number there. I don't know what's going on
Yeah,
with the
my
network.
wife. I'm glad she sounds lovely, you know.
I don't know if it was, she didn't seem to know you when I asked if Jake there. They're like, no, I think it's a wrong number. So,
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm in the process of just changing my number, Darren, for obviously with Cell Tree, who's our major sponsor from next year. So I'm sure they're busy sorting out how my phone's going to work.
fantastic. And with that in mind, PGA clap for Jake
Yes.
White, finally.
Well done, Jake.
It is now official. We're going to Cell C because, of course, they're the new sponsors of the Sharks. And that's where you're going. It's official.
Yeah, it's official, Darren. It's fantastic. You know, I was at a press conference this morning. They asked me about it. I mean, it's, you know, for me, it's a bit of a dream come true. You know, I've obviously coached for many, many years, and to get to an opportunity to coach a franchise like this and have John as a boss, I mean, it's I think all the envy of a lot of coaches around the world.
Yeah, I was just saying to the guys, I was fortunate enough to work with both of you on Saturday before the rugby. And that's obviously the thought in mind is that you were John's boss at one stage. Now John's your boss. How's that conversation gone?
Yeah, look, I mean, at the end of the day, John and our relationship has always been good. I mean, it's not a case of who the boss is, it's about making sure we're on the same page, you know. So, you know, I could have trusted him like I did when he was a national captain, and I'm sure I can trust him as my CEO when I'm the coach of a team.
But I mean, look, John's not. John's CEO is one thing, but he's obviously going to be very hands-on with, you know, with the rugby side of things. Obviously, with his experience and what you two have both gone through together in rugby, and it's going to be a kind of new dimension for Sharks rugby having both of you there.
Yeah, look, I mean, you know, it's not often you get a CEO who's played 100 times for his country, you know, and it's not just, you know, not just 100 times. I mean, he's one of the legends of the game. So, you know, I'm gonna be tapping on his shoulder and asking him questions, and I'm gonna be, you know, speaking to him about things. And, you know, as I said, we've had some really nice chats already since I've been here. And basically, what he's saying is doesn't want to say no too often, which is fantastic when you're a coach.
Yeah. All right. So when do you just give us the nuts and bolts of your contract? How long is it for, and when do you officially start?
Oh, look, Darren, I mean, basically, I'm at the practice as you speak, and I'm watching the practice session. I'm here this week. I'm observing, and, you know, what's going to happen is, you know, I'll probably be hands-on from when the campaign, this Currie Cup campaign's over, but I mean, the planning and all the preparation that goes into the campaign has already started. You know, I'll meet with all the staff, I'll meet with all the conditioning guys and start working out about, you know, what we're going to get out of our campaign.
Yeah, and I think also what it does for the players as well, and particularly that so many of those guys had worked with you as the Springbok coach before. You just see what sort of adding what a person's arrival at a union or a franchise can be. I mean, in my case, just seeing what a guy like Mesut Ozil has done for the whole camaraderie and morale of Arsenal Football Club. So there must have been a lot of guys who were very happy to see you arrive there at the Sharks.
Yeah, look, I mean, as I said, I've worked with quite a lot of these guys. Some of these guys, we won a World Cup together. So, you know, to get here and see them smiling, and, you know, obviously they're very, I mean, a guy like Bismarck says he's really happy for me to be here, and, you know, I'm sure that we're going to work well together.
Absolutely. Just your thoughts on Saturday, Jake? I know we chatted before the game, and, you know, there was obviously a lot of talk about whether getting the bonus point, but I think, as you pointed out, let's just go and try and beat the All Blacks first, but just one level better than the Springboks again, if maybe not two.
Yeah, look, I mean, Darren, I said it in that pre-match thing, you know, in that function we were together. The All Blacks are not considered the best side in the world for nothing. You know, they've got a phenomenal record. You know, they've now played 55 test matches, won 50, drawn 1 and lost 4. You know, this group of players, they've got, you know, they played with 14 men for 60 minutes, you know. So, I mean, the reality is that they are a phenomenal team, and not taking any away from the Boks. I mean, the Boks are obviously, you know, really played well in that game. But to be fair, I mean, you know, sometimes it's better to win ugly. And I think Heineke said that as well. So as much as we'll get a lot of positives out of it, the Springboks, you know, I'm sure that the All Blacks would really enjoy the fact that they've won at altitude on a short turnaround week, you know, against a team that's considered the second best in the world. So I'm sure Heineke will be looking at that game and know that there's a lot of work that can still be done going forward.
Johnny?
Jake, with your new position, will it mean that you'll be moving down to Durban, or will you be commuting from Cape Town?
No, listen, I mean, for me, John, it's about moving in lock, stock and barrel, you know.
Okay.
I mean, I'd be expected to be here every training session. So, you can't be flying in and out. I mean, obviously a bit like Canberra, I've got to make sure that, I'm committed, and I'll be moving down. I'll be watching the under 19s, watching the schools, watching the under 21s, the Vodacom, making sure that we can get a real sort of system going between all our teams.
Will you be able to resist Mount Edgecombe? Because I think everybody that plays rugby or cricket in that part of the world goes to Mount Edgecombe.
Yeah, Darren, at this point in time, I don't really know where I'm going to be. But I mean, it's just fantastic to be in Durban and fantastic to be at Sharks. I mean, it's as I said, it's a world-known brand. It's a fantastic rugby province to be involved in. Wonderful supporters, great facilities. Academies that are obviously up and running and been established for a long period of time. So, I can't wait for the rugby parts to start.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as a Shark supporter myself, I'm over the moon that you are there, Jake. Congratulations on your new gig. Happy to have you home. And, of course, I think all South African rugby supporters are glad to have you involved in South Africa rugby again. So, congratulations. Good luck with the new gig. And thanks again for your time this afternoon.
All right. Thanks so much, Darren. I appreciate it.
All the best, Jake. Cheers, man.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, John. Cheers,
Bye.
mate. Cheers,
Bye,
mate.
Jake.
Jake White joining us.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Balls.co.za